Hi guys, welcome to Falytom YouTube channel. Here at Falytom, we have our website where you can undergo your trainings if you're looking to start up in tech. We have the HTML, CSS, JavaScript trainings you can find on our website. And we also have interactive games for those who want to learn and like to have fun while doing it. We offer job opportunities on our site and internship for those who want to have hands-on experience while learning. But for today, we are going to be interviewing one of the big people we have in Kaduna when it comes to the tech community. He's currently the manager at Nexus Hub. And with me today on our channel is no other than Ndubuisi Chukwuemeka. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me. Hello, our online audience. It's my pleasure, interacting with you guys this morning.
Thank you, Chukwuemeka, for being with us today. So we have some questions we want to ask as regards the Kaduna tech community, right? But let's begin with you and your journey so far in tech. So how has it been like for you from learning up until being the manager of one of the biggest hubs in Kaduna?
Oh, thank you very much. Well, for me, growing up, tech has been something that fascinates me. Looking back, I remember when I was in, I think, primary 3, my dad got me a computer and, I was very inquisitive, I love technology. And I remember vividly well that, I spoiled that computer. I was trying to, learn how to run installations. I was trying to play around programming and, I got a computer spoiled. To show you how very, adventurous I could be with regards to the tech things around technology. And I tried to, code viruses, antiviruses then, and I don't know, for some reasons I crashed everything. So, that led me to studying computer science in the university. And after finishing my bachelor's in computer science, I hopped on a few freelance projects that I did. But, I later realized that I have this passion for helping young people break into technology, and that led me to a couple of programs that I've run, mentorship programs that I've run, including the Google Africa Developers Program, where I was privileged to mentor about 20, young Africans, I have some persons from South Africa, Kenya, and Egypt. I also was a part of their judges for their final project, and coupled with stuff we've been doing here at Nexus Hub, trying to see how we encourage more young people to come into technology and break even.
Oh, wow, that's a lot of work in the tech space and a lot of juice in your journey. It's been a journey of discovering yourself and finding your place in tech. So, but you mentioned something striking there about doing a mentorship program, with Google Developers Scholarship, exactly. So looking at tech and mentorship, I think everybody who has actually journeyed through tech or has helped somebody come up in tech has this whole mentorship experience. So for you, what do you have to say about mentorship in Kaduna Tech and what's your approach to mentoring people? Because we've seen people who have undergone mentorship but have different results. Some get to do well, some don't get to do well. What approach have you applied?
Yeah, thank you very much. For me, I've been a product of, I've been a mentee. First of all, I had a lot of people that really helped my journey. It's I can't ever overemphasize the importance of mentorship, right? It's just more like you standing on someone's shoulder and just accelerating, right? So mentorship is super important. For me, my approach to mentorship is very simple. I always tell young people, foundation is very important, right? You agree with me that the foundation you will lay for a 2 or 3 story building is different from the one you want to lay when you want to just build a bungalow, right? Or just a 2-bedroom flat, right? Foundation is very key. I tell people, don't just be in a hurry to, I want to finish this in 1 month. I want to watch this tutorial on Coursera. I want to finish it. No. You want to take time to really understand the basics. Once you get the foundation very well, you are just on a pedestrian for it to succeed. After learning the foundation, you want to build projects. People will say, I'm watching this tutorial. I just finished this course on Coursera. Okay, what real project have you built? Programming, computer science, tech, is all about solving problems. right? And if you're not solving problems, then you're not into tech at all, right? So foundational skills, very important. You want to learn the basics very well. If you are doing, maybe for example, you want to go into front end web development, you might see HTML as something that is very basic. But believe you me, there are some things in HTML that you don't really know until you put your heads down to want to really understand it very well. UI, UX, project management, data science, data analysis, as the case may be, right? But outside learning the foundational stuff, you want to build real projects. That's how you learn. That's how you build your portfolio, and that's how you evolve.
Wow, wow, wow. That's a lot. That's a lot to put in into learning tech. No wonder it's not everybody gets to pull through. But I still agree with that aspect of mentorship because just like you said in your words, it's been on someone else's shoulder and that gives you leverage and also
Exactly.
hastens your journey, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, but let's bring this to Nexus now because Nexus is a big hub in Kaduna State, and I believe they have contributed greatly to the Kaduna tech community. So, what does Nexus focus on? Is it mentorship or building? Because you also mentioned that tech is about building solutions. So, what does Nexus focus on? Mentoring people or building solutions?
Well, the two can work together,
Okay.
right? Part of our primary objective here at Nexus is a creative space, right? Both for creatives, want to see the intersection of creativity, technology, entrepreneurship, and innovation,
Okay.
right? Both can all work together, right? So our primary objective here at Nexus is to see how we can foster an ecosystem of creativity, innovation, technology, entrepreneurship.
Wow, that's actually a good combination, I'd say, for anybody who is looking out to really skill in Kaduna Tech. But there's this thing that happens when you talk about tech in northern states, starting with Kaduna. I remember coming here for a training and I heard it was tech inclined. The first question that came to my mind was, is there tech in Kaduna? Do northern people really do tech here? Because we all know in this part of the world that the tech capital for this country is Lagos. But looking at the whole innovations that happen in Kaduna State now, what do you think are its chances of overtaking Lagos in terms of technology and innovation?
Well, for some reasons, Lagos is, everybody's running to Lagos because I believe Lagos sing their praises a lot. They tell their stories. I was also having that bias when I came into Kaduna. I felt every big thing is happening in Lagos. And if you ask anybody all over Nigeria, they'll tell you when they finish learning whatever they want to learn, they want to go to Lagos. But when I came to Kaduna, I discovered that Kaduna ecosystem is vibrant. We have guys here that are doing a lot of stuff. The problem that we have here in Kaduna is just that, we are very conservative. We don't tell our stories, right? Everybody's just working in silos. Nobody's going out there pushing himself. People are building stuff. We have guys here that work with Google. We have guys here, that are building real stuff. A lot of startups here started from Kaduna before they even scaled, down to Lagos, right? So Kaduna ecosystem is vibrant. There's a lot of potentials. Even though, if you ask me, I would say for us to even reach that level, I think we should do a lot of collaboration, right? I can't overemphasize the importance of a collaborative ecosystem. When you go to Lagos, see the kind of events they do. It's not hub centric. It's not just, oh, this is my event. I want to just take the shine. Everybody's coming together. Oh, how can we organize programs that can benefit the populace? How can we organize events that can benefit people in Kaduna? So hub managers, ecosystem enablers, ecosystem founders, ecosystem builders, we should begin to now look more inwards, more collaboratively as against looking just singly, just to do things. Right. So maybe Nexus is a creative space and innovative space. Another hub somewhere else is also doing something else. How can we come together and synergize? How can we organize events, that can bring these people together? And one of the very good, thumbs up that we have for us here in Kaduna is that we have a supportive government, right? The past administration led by His Excellency Amalam Nasser Erifai, he did a lot of stuff for the ecosystem. Current administration is also, doing a whole lot of stuff for the ecosystem in Kaduna State. Arewa Tech Fest just happened in Kano, where we try to see how we can bring in, ecosystem players, ecosystem founders, enablers in the ecosystem, come together. Let's see what can we build out of Kaduna? What can we build out of northern Nigeria? So yes, we are getting there, but we are also in the right step in the right direction.
Wow, yeah, that's a lot of vision, a lot of things happening underground. And I say underground because, like you mentioned, the community, the togetherness is not as pronounced as we have in Lagos. I've met some tech people and they're just at home doing their remote jobs. They're not, you won't even see, they don't even see them on the street, you won't even know that it's a tech person. But I think in Lagos, you get to see them synergize, come together, form groups. And
Exactly.
that's one thing we should promote here in Kaduna. But I want to focus on innovation because, the tech space is a rapidly growing space. You don't stay in the next 3 to 6 months, a new technology is out and all of that. And people who are in tech are also innovative, always looking at the next big thing, what's happening, what are we building, what solution are we bringing. So is there anything you can say Kaduna's tech community is working on, or anything they have worked on before, anything innovative, a solution, just anything you are aware of?
We have a lot of innovative. I told you earlier when we were having this conversation, I said tech is all about solving problems, right? And good a thing, the world is filled with a lot of problems. So what it means is that there are a lot of opportunities for persons in the tech ecosystem, a lot, right? We have a couple of startups, that have evolved from Kaduna. We have the likes of Sudo, we have the likes of Clay, we have the likes of Roundtrack, and each of these startups, are really, really building solutions. They're really trying to solve problems. They're trying to like meet a need here, domicile here in Kaduna State. There's a difference between you just solving problems. Some persons will just wake up in the morning and they'll say, "Oh, I want to solve problems for the world, for the globe." And I said, "Oh, come on, beautiful. I don't have any issues with you solving problems, in America, in China and the likes, but can we look inwards? Can we solve our local problems here and then scale up? Right? So, but believe you me, we have a lot. I can't see so many from the top of my head now, but I know of Clear Africa, I know of Roundtrack, I know of Sudo, and a couple of startups that different hubs in Kaduna are really incubating. Individuals here. I know of guys here. They're building amazing stuff. Kaduna is the next big thing, honestly, and investors should even begin to look at investing in northern Nigeria. The kind of stuff that we have here. Most of these guys that you see going to Lagos or working in Lagos, they are all bred up from Kaduna State. Go and ask. I know a couple of them, that they stayed in Kaduna, but then they went to Lagos to upskill and stuff. Yeah, so we have a lot of great, amazing stuff that's coming out of Kaduna.
Okay, that's insightful actually. But let's hinge on this word. Kaduna is the next big thing. So I have this wish or this dream per se, where Kaduna can become the next Silicon Valley of Nigeria. So looking at where we are now in our innovative and technology state, what do you think are the steps that Kaduna as a community can implement to bring about this vision of being the next Silicon Valley of Nigeria?
Well, I think we are not there yet. But nevertheless, we have the ingredients. Just like you want to make soup or you want to make rice, you have different spices, but we need to blend them together, right? We have the ingredients to become the next Silicon Valley. We are not there yet. It's not something that will say, okay, yes, in the next 2 or 3 years, no. We have to be very realistic. But more than we wanting to be the next Silicon Valley, we should even begin to look at how can Kaduna ecosystem be more collaborative. Like, I can't overemphasize this. The reason why people work majorly in silos is because there are not really much communities, vibrant communities here, for them to really align themselves with, right? Ecosystem builders, ecosystem founders, ecosystem enablers can come together. How can we collaboratively work together to achieve a common goal? Yes, we want to become the next Silicon Valley, but Nexus Hub alone cannot do that. Collab alone cannot do that. Ifis alone cannot do that. Kada City alone, Kada Hive, and the likes cannot do it alone, right? So, yes, we want to become the next Silicon Valley, but before that will happen, we must look inwards, we must collaborate, we must network, and we must come together as one body to solve a common goal.
Yeah, we must come together as one body. So tech thrives in community, right?
Honestly speaking, yes.
Okay, so for Nexus, let's come back to Nexus. I know Nexus has contributed greatly to the growth of Kaduna's technology community and all of that. So is there any particular thing you want to tell our viewers and Nexus is currently working on? What do they stand to gain by collaborating with Nexus in Kaduna technology?
Like I said, Nexus is a creative space, innovative space, technology space, and entrepreneurship space. Currently, we are trying to, yeah, and that talks already working with local institutions, universities here. And, if you go to the universities, you discover, and most of us here, that have our BSc or masters or whatever, one of the criteria for you to graduate is that you must do like a final year project, right? So take for example, in computer science, you did a beautiful project and then, just a paper stuff and then it's been dumped, right? And then, that idea is just gone. So what we are trying to do now in local universities is to partner with them. Those very good ideas, how can we breathe on it? How can we incubate this? How can we make it a startup? How can we scale it up? Right? How can we see possible ways that we can solve problems with that solutions that was actually built out of that? We are also very heavy on trainings. We believe the impact of we are keen into the federal government's goal of training about 3 million people. And, it's not just federal government doing it. Everybody, every individual, every stakeholder has a part to play in this. We are very heavy on, training people because we believe in the nearest future too. Kaduna will be not just incubating stuff in Kaduna, will also be exporting talent to be like resources, and then we export it for foreign exchange. And also, more importantly, we want to see how we can bridge the gap, right, between talent and opportunities. So it's very important, when you finish training, what next? You ask yourself, if you finish training people, what's the next step for them, right? So we are also trying to see how we can collaborate with companies in Lagos, companies in Kaduna State. Yes, you might want to say, yes, let's build in what, but yes, we should also be generous to want to give our talents to other persons. Yeah, so we are also looking at how we can collaboratively work with partners, both locally and internationally, to see that not just we training talent, not just we incubating talent, we're also, selling this talent across the globe.
This is talking. I think I like the aspect when you talk about foreign exchange, like talent, sending out talent and all that, because that looks like it has a direct impact on the Kaduna economy and the whole tech community economy as a whole. So, what do you have any insights on how tech in Kaduna has so far? You also mentioned the government being involved. So, what's it like? What's the contract like? Is there money? Is there enough funding for tech communities here in Kaduna, and has it really impacted the economy? Because if there's no significant impact, I don't think there will be continuity. How has been the economy and the tech community in Kaduna?
So I think it was last year, sometime around last year, Governor passed in. I think we're part of the people, or part of the states that signed the Kaduna, the startup bill, right? To see that there's a particular funding that government will set aside, for startups, just to encourage to incubate them. The former governor, His Excellency Madam Nasir El-Rufai, has been very heavy supportive, to the ecosystem in Kaduna. The current governor, Obasani, too, is also part of it. There's the Arewa Tech Festival. Arewa Tech Fest, is an ecosystem to see how we can support builders in northern Nigeria. How can we support them with funding? Most startups will tell you, the challenges they're always having is issues around funding, right? Without funding, how will your startup scale? And ecosystem players here in Kaduna, stakeholders, governments are coming together, setting up funds to see how we can support our people in-house, right? And yes, Kaduna is just next for the in as I always say.
So Kaduna is next to being beaten, and that shows that if you're actually out there and you're in Kaduna State, you're seeking to go into tech, right? Or you're already in tech. Don't lose hope. Don't feel like, oh, I need to be in Lagos to be happening. Something's happening in Kaduna. Really.
Yeah.
You just need to network, right? There's something happening in Kaduna. Don't be rushing to Lagos or to some other place thinking your solution is there. It's right where you are. So, Chukwuemeka, this next section is what I call vibe check, right? So they said tech people are too serious. We are always either coding or
party all night.
So we want to check your vibe level. Now, aside coding, when you're not coding, when you're not on your laptop, when you're not doing trainings, when you're not mentoring, what do you do for fun? What are those hidden talents?
So what do I do for fun? Well, personally, I love traveling.
Okay.
I love traveling. I think I've been to all the states in the Southwest. I've been to all the states in the southeast. I've been to all the states in the south. I've been to all the states in the northwest, and I'm looking at exploring northeast, and going down, into the north, and maybe possibly, most likely next year, maybe travel abroad to to see the international space and stuff.
Okay, can I ask,
So I
these
love
travels,
traveling.
are they business travels or fun and adventurous travels?
So sometimes I try to use one stone to kill a lot of birds. Sometimes, there are industry events, I just decide to attend and use the opportunity to explore. Other times, it's travel for fun. For example, now Christmas is coming soon, festive period is coming, I need to travel. Just catch fun, enjoy yourself, and come back. Aside traveling, I also love to cook. So for me, it's a hobby, and maybe reading historical books just to unwind, keep all their souls together.
Okay, so that covers up for your fun parts. You're not always on your system and
Yeah.
all of that. Yeah, I think the cooking part is exciting because I've seen tech bros who are like they don't even have time to cook. They always on their system. But your vibe check allows you that space to be able to create your own meals, which is
Mm-hmm.
very impressive. So secondly, I'll be asking, do you take tea or coffee? What's your preference?
Okay, which one will I say now? Both. But if you say I should choose one, tea.
Tea. Okay. Okay. And then orange juice or apple juice?
Who chooses orange juice over apple juice?
So it's an apple juice for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. So before we wrap this up, I just want you to tell our viewers what, um, especially those who are looking at going into tech right now, especially looking at the whole economical state of this country right now, what would be your advice for them, seeing your own journey up until now, and how can Nexus contribute to their growth?
Okay, let me start from the last question. How can Nexus contribute to their growth? Nexus, our door is always open. You have that beautiful startup idea, you don't know how to come about it. We've incubated a couple of startups here. I think that was around May. Incubated a couple of startups here. So our door is always open. You have that big idea, you don't know how to go about it. Come on, bring it in. Let's discuss about it. You're also looking for funding, right? We have a couple of contacts that we can, link you up with, to get started. So our doors are very open and we are very, very gender inclusive. So we prioritize women. We are trying to see how we can, encourage more women to come into tech, right? And those are for people, that want to come in. If you are just a starter, like this, you don't know have anything to do with tech, and you feel, oh, come on, I've listened to this interview and I want to come in. There are a lot of trainings that we run here. We also give a couple of people scholarship based on different characteristics. So, and more than even you coming, you mustn't even be Nexus. There are other hubs, scattered across Kaduna State. There are online resources. And for persons that are into tech, there are sometimes there's this phase in tech that you feel, money waka come, right? You feel down, you feel discouraged, you feel like I'm not there. You feel like, there are different phases in this tech journey. Honestly, there's a phase where you have this imposter syndrome, you feel I haven't learned enough, I'm not there, I want to keep learning, I want to keep doing this, I want to keep doing that. Well, I want to tell you that everybody, yes, have been in that phase, right? It's a phase that will definitely come and it will definitely pass. And that's the importance of community. That's the importance of networking. You can't work in silos and expect to, achieve a whole lot, right? You want to link up. There are industry events. You agree with me that you see sometimes you see me promoting events that not even me organizing. The other hosts organizing. I'm like, oh, come and attend, come and network, come and meet people. And you're also there, you're a talent. You feel, okay, I've learned these skills, but no opportunities for me, right? It just boils down to networking, right? I can tell you from around March to date, I can't count how many number of people that have met me, to refer them to either a data analyst or a software engineer or, you know, UI UX engineer, a lot of companies want to hire, a lot of people want to hire. And how am I going to know that you are this good in what you're doing if you are just in your house doing stuff, right? I wouldn't know. Like, there's no magic, right? So the importance of networking, the importance of staying relevant, the importance of going out for industry events, meeting with people. It's as simple as even going for an event. Some persons will go for an event and they'll just sit down with their cell phones, pressing it, and they'll finish and they'll go back home. Your next investor is just sitting close to you. You have to network, know what this person is doing, introduce yourself, share contacts. That's how you begin to grow. So whatever phase you are in the ecosystem in Kaduna State, Nexus Hub is supportive. Not only Nexus Hub is supportive, other hubs in Kaduna too. I know a couple of hubs, Collab, Ihifix, gender friendly, supporting the ecosystem here in Kaduna State. But more than that, you as an individual, you have to put yourself out there, optimize your LinkedIn account, shoot to recruiters, and the sky is just a starting point.
Thank you so much, Chukwuemeka. And from
Thank
what
you.
you said, it's this progression, get the skill, then show it, right? Get the skill, focus. Because there are some persons who show themselves, and at the end of the day, I feel like they don't have enough skill sets to actually scale. Is that a problem in networking too?
For me, I would say sing your praises, right? Sing your praises. I used to have an intern. He currently works with one of the big startups in Nigeria, and I knew when his journey started, right? I think most companies will even give you that 1 to 3 months for you to bond, still relearn, and push yourself out there.
Okay.
So yes, there is that time for you to think I haven't learned enough. But honestly speaking, I believe me, you know very much enough for you to even get a job and start working. I can tell you confidently.
That's encouraging. That's
Yeah.
encouraging. Okay, so Chukwuemeka, one last question before we wrap up, right? On this channel, we get to interview a lot of persons who are actually making waves in tech, starting from Kaduna. Do you have any question you'd like to ask that person? So you get to answer it on our next video.
Okay. Okay, the question I would like to ask is if you have the opportunity to redesign the way tech is being taught in schools, secondary schools, university, higher institutions generally, what are you going to do differently to make sure that we chunk out better graduates that are tech savvy and will become the next Mark Zuckerbergs, Bill Gates, Elon Musk of this world?
Wow, that's really thoughtful. So, viewers, on our next video, which you should look out for, we'll be asking our next guest that particular question, and I'm sure you want to know his or her response as much as we at Falytom want to. Chukwuemeka, thank you so much for being with us in this session. It's been an insightful one. We appreciate your time spent here with us, and of course, we are putting Nexus out there, saying if you're in Kaduna, you should be at Nexus, right?
Thank you very
so
much.
Any final words?
Well, I want to say that Kaduna's ecosystem is vibrant.
Okay.
We are not there yet, but I can tell you for a fact that we are just, with one step in the right direction.
Okay.
We have a lot of guys here in Kaduna that are doing a lot of amazing stuff. Investors might want to begin to look deep down within Kaduna. I have a couple of startups here in Kaduna State that, that are beginning to, raise funds and break even and the likes. Kaduna is an enabling environment.
Okay.
You agree with me that cost of living in Kaduna is relatively cheap as against compared to Lagos. The road network is okay. Our power is stable. So I see no reasons why Lagos guys that want to come to KD and begin to build the next stuff, right? So Kaduna is the next big thing. You're looking for talents. You are a talent, you're looking for an enabling environment, you want to thrive. Come on, welcome to Kaduna.
Thank you. So if you're in Kaduna and you're in tech or you're seeking to go into tech, right, then you need community. So you've heard it all for yourselves, guys. If you're in Kaduna or you're planning to move into Kaduna, if you're in tech or planning to start up in tech, then you need community. Tech thrives in community, which is what we also provide at Falytom. We have a vibrant WhatsApp group where virtual trainings are being offered by people who are very learned in this tech field. And then we have another group where we post job opportunities, because we know that if you have the right skill set, then there is a job for you out there. You could check that out on our website, which will be in the description box below this video. And we have internship opportunities for people who would want to try their hands on real life projects before going out there for a job. All these are available at Falytom. Also, do well to like this post, share with your loved ones, comment, tell us what you want us to talk about or what you've heard about tech in Kaduna. And do well to hit that notification bell so that you get a new notification when we have a new video up. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Till we meet again in our next video, keep coding.